good news for Bitcoin today. About damn time, right? It seems like it's been a while since we've had some good news in the market, but we do have good news in the market today as two countries that previously were kind of in the we're going to ban Bitcoin kind of vibe are actually now doing a 180, and they're coming around and saying, hey, actually, Bitcoin's cool by us. We're okay. Everything's okay with crypto in our countries, which is phenomenal because these are massive economies that have made that decision. So in this video, I'll be breaking down that good news for you, which is really, really nice, as well as taking a look at the technicals, seeing what the heck is happening in the market. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that is a topic that you would like to learn some more about, make sure you subscribe to the channel, gently tap on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and of course, click on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. Now let's go ahead and turn over to the charts. So as you can see here, Bitcoin is currently forming up a nice, juicy, tasty looking symmetrical triangle. Now a symmetrical triangle is a relatively neutral pattern in terms of it doesn't give you a definitive like, well, we have a very strong chance of it going up from here, a very strong chance of it going down from here. What it really signals is that the market is in this coiling up zone, getting ready, coil, getting ready for some volatility, which is inevitably coming. Now, this triangle actually ends on the 8th of June. So in most likely scenarios, if this triangle ends up being important at all, then we can expect some price volatility around the weekend, which is usually when we seem to get a bit of price volatility coming into the market. Weekends are usually a bit rough in the market. Now, a symmetrical triangle, it's actually a continuation pattern. So in an uptrending market, a symmetrical triangle would be considered to be a pattern that will give you a continuing upward price action. However, in a downtrending market, which is most definitively what we are in right freaking now, it is more likely to give us a downward price momentum. Now, does that mean that we're gonna go down to like $5,000 for Bitcoin? No, that's not the case. In fact, the breakout target for this particular pattern is around $48,000, $49,000 if we see a break upwards, and it's in the lower $20,000 range for a break downwards. And that is pretty damn extreme. I really am not certain, far from it. I'm quite suspicious that we would get down that damn low for Bitcoin. That's a pretty extreme situation. I don't think the symmetrical triangle is necessarily going to show us that that is the case, but be prepared, right? Be prepared for any situations that may happen in the market. Honestly, if we did see such a dramatic market turnover and collapse like that, I would be ready. I'd be ready to step in and grab some more assets on the cheap because I'm taking the long-term view on cryptocurrencies. I'm fully of the belief that Bitcoin is going to be worth over $100,000. I'm fully of the belief that Ethereum is going to be worth over $10,000, that this is a complete revolution in finance. So when I see big discounts like that, I buy the dips. I buy the dips. And what's interesting is that I'm not the only one. So long-term Bitcoin holders currently control 69% of the supply and are almost all in profit and have been buying the dip. So long-term holders buying the dip, and they're not the only ones buying the dip, actually. What's interesting is that we also see miners accumulating more Bitcoin because they don't want to sell at these prices because they are waiting for higher prices because they can, right? They know we're going to get higher prices at some point. So why the heck would you sell here when all the technicals are screaming that the current market is oversold? Why would you sell in such a situation unless you absolutely had to? Most miners have enough cash on hand that they can ride this out and they don't have to sell right now. Long-term holders also accumulating. You can see both these uptrending lines here. Those are miners and long-term holders both accumulating more Bitcoin. Short-term holders, we can see their percentage of the supply held is going down. We see them selling the dip, buying high here, selling low here. Now, what's interesting too is that short-term holders are largely at a loss. So just buying and holding Bitcoin long-term, right? Thinking long-term, not short-term in the market, thinking long-term in the market. you can see that basically everybody who's been holding Bitcoin for a year or more is in profit. It's only the short-term holders who are now panic selling who are in a loss. Now, the interesting thing to point out here is that 26% of the supply is currently in a state of unrealized loss at the moment, which means that there are a lot of people who are experiencing a bit of price pain right now because they bought Bitcoin at $50,000 or $60,000 and now they're, feeling a bit of bite from the reality that the prices have gone down a lot. So they might be down 20, 30, 40% on their Bitcoin purchases. Some people almost 50% on their Bitcoin purchases. That means that we still have a lot of people out there who could be selling into this dip, panic selling, getting out. So that means there's a lot of potential velocity still in the market for panic selling. Now, I have to say that if you have made it this far and not sold your Bitcoin, in likelihood, you're probably not going to be selling it now, right? If you've been able to stomach the losses up until this point, your paper losses, right? It's not a real loss until you sell. It's not a real loss until you sell. But if you've been able to stomach the dip up until this point, you're probably not going to sell if it drops another 10, 20%, especially at that point. It's like, what are you doing? You just ride it out. You ride it out, right? You don't sell at a 70% loss or something like that. If you were going to sell when the market started to correct, you get out at 10, 20, 30% loss. You don't wait until it's a 70% loss or something like that. Not to say we're going to go that low, but just gives you a bit of perspective that there are a lot of people underwater right now on their Bitcoin who could create further selling pressure in the market. And look, the market is still a bit crazy. I pointed this out on Twitter today. 2 of the top 5 trending coins on CoinGecko are dog meme coins. Have we learned nothing? Come on, dog meme coins. What is going on with this? I honestly feel like all these dog meme coins are the pets.com equivalents of the stock markets in the early 2000s. This is insanity. Dog meme coins. What is going on, man? This is crazy stuff. I mean, can we at least get some other animal memes? What about some more? I know there's actually an alpaca finance, but can we get some sloths maybe, some platypus? Like platypus are good animals. They're way underrepresented in the market right now, and I just don't think that's fair. The dogs are taking all the fun. I think we need to start some platypus coins, guys. Come on, developers. Where are the platypus coins at? No, seriously. The meme coin thing, it's out of control, which also says to me that greed is still a big factor in the market. To have 2 of the top 5 trending coins be dog meme coins is ridiculous. We have so many fundamentally strong protocols out there that are delivering real technology, that are changing real people's lives, that have the potential to disrupt finance, and yet a lot of newer investors are throwing their life savings into dog memes. The market is still irrational. That says to me we could still experience a bit of pain. I don't want any more pain. I'd like the markets to go back up because everyone's a lot happier when the markets are going back up. And I know from a greedy perspective, thinking about myself, I want to buy those dips. That's great. I love buying those dips. I love stacking that cheap coin. But everyone's a lot happier when the markets are going up. So let's get back to some bullish momentum here. That would make everybody feel a lot better. Thanks, market gods. Just put that request in real quick. By the way, if you want to trade yourself some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, some Cardano, some Chainlink, whatever your fancy might be, you need to get yourselves an account over on Femex. Now, this is a futures trading platform. It is only for experienced traders. If you don't know how to trade, you have no business trading over on Femex. But if you are a trader, definitely check it out. Super user-friendly platform, great liquidity, lots of different coins available for you to trade. And if you use the link down below in the description to start your account, you can get 10% off of your trading fees and up to $150 in trading bonuses. So that's for doing your first trades and making your first deposits on the platform. So go ahead and check that out if you are a trader. Now, let's get into the main conversation, which are the countries that are not banning Bitcoin. Yes. Anyway, so look, India has been a country that has gone back and forth so many times on the we're banning crypto, we're not banning crypto, we're restricting crypto, we're cracking down on crypto, we're not cracking down on crypto, we're taking it to the Supreme Court, we're on the Supreme Court, all this stuff's been happening. So India's central bank has come out and said that they have resolved the confusion. It has said that orders against dealing with cryptocurrency are no longer valid. So that opens up the door for banks not to be able to say to customers or to companies, no, we're not going to take your business because you do something with cryptocurrencies. The Reserve Bank is saying, actually, it's okay. You can do that. If someone's dealing with cryptocurrencies, that's fine. It also opens up the door for not cracking down on cryptocurrency exchanges and stuff like that. So this is a big deal. Now look, is it the end of the story in India? Probably not. I'm sure that there's plenty of conservative politicians who would love to just screw regular people over and ban cryptocurrencies. I'm sure they'll try again because that's what they do. That's what politicians do. They try to find ways in order to distract people and screw over regular people and all that kind of stuff, and restricting their access to cryptocurrencies would be one of the ways that they try to do that. Not that any country can actually ban cryptocurrencies. The most that any country can do is make it very, very difficult to get cash into the market or get cash out of the market. But they can't stop the protocols. They can't shut down Uniswap. They can't shut down MakerDAO. They can't shut down Ethereum. They can't shut down Bitcoin. These protocols are all software, decentralized software running anywhere in the world that you can get an internet connection. It's very, very powerful technology. And of course, India not banning crypto, this announcement from the Reserve Bank of India, is a really, really big deal because India is the 5th freaking biggest economy in the world. That is big, big news. India is a big deal when it comes to crypto as well. There are so many crypto investors in India. There are so many crypto companies coming out of India right now. So we want innovation to happen. We want everybody on board. Tickets, moon tickets for everybody in every country. There should be no restriction to getting cryptocurrencies. And this announcement from the Reserve Bank means that it's going to be easier for people in India to be on board the rocket to the moon. So this is really, really good news. Also, a big announcement from Nigeria. Now, this actually came just a couple of days ago, but I thought we'd cover it today with the India news. So the Nigerian central bank has done a U-turn on Bitcoin ban, saying that they now allow it. Thanks. I think maybe they realized they couldn't actually stop it. Perhaps that's what they finally realized. Again, really, really good news. Nigeria has been a hub of crypto activity for a long time. Nigeria is also the biggest economy in Africa. So it's a big deal that they are allowed to easily access cryptocurrencies. I like hear how some say he had little choice but to allow it. Realistically, that is what is true with cryptocurrencies. The more that anyone understands about these protocols, the more they realize they can't actually ban Bitcoin. They can't stop these things. These protocols are infinitely powerful, and it's very, very hard for anyone to try to even restrict access to cryptocurrencies, let alone ban Bitcoin, right? It's just not going to happen. So it's what I've always thought is that it's so much better for regulators to just get on board with the whole damn process because they're going to regulate anyway, right? And that's its own, catch-22, double-edged sword kind of thing, whatever. Restrictions and regulations can also be a pain in the butt. But if we have common sense regulations that just say, hey, look, we want our tax money, so make sure you report your taxes, and otherwise we're going to get out of the way and let people develop stuff and let people do things. That tends to be the most common sense approach towards cryptocurrencies. Trying to restrict people's access to even getting it, that's silly. It doesn't work. It's never worked once. So I'm glad that India and I'm glad that Nigeria realized that they can't actually stop Bitcoin. This is good news. Those are two major cryptocurrency economies that are back, baby. They're back. India and Nigeria are back. And of course, then there's China. China, man. It's been such a big story over the last few weeks. There's been so many stories coming out of China. the mining crackdowns. They're going after derivatives. They're trying to restrict trading on major platforms. It's a lot of stuff happening right now in China with the cryptocurrency stuff. So the mining thing, they've been really trying to crack down on miners using coal in particular. They're also, though, apparently having conversations in the Sichuan province where mining is primarily done with hydroelectric. So there's a lot going on. We have a lot of Chinese miners which are in conversations with different electricity providers overseas. They're looking to move to Kazakhstan, they're looking to move to Russia, they're looking to move to Iran, they're looking to move to the United States. Anywhere where they can have a more favorable environment for mining cryptocurrencies. And ironically, all of those places that I just mentioned all have very pro-Bitcoin, for the most part, mining regulations. Kazakhstan's all about crypto mining. Russia is a bit back and forth on it. Iran said they're shutting Bitcoin mining down for the summer, so they're trying to regulate all the Bitcoin miners, and they just don't want a bunch of blackouts happening in the country because they don't have a efficient enough power grid in Iran. And of course, the United States has been doing a lot in terms of Bitcoin mining, so there's homes for these miners. If China doesn't want the miners, other countries are going to take them. They'll simply take their machines, pick up shop, and move somewhere else. This has always been the case with Bitcoin mining. We've seen it happen in a variety of crackdowns in the past where they move from one place to another. Now, we've also seen an increased crackdown in China on trading cryptocurrencies. The exchanges are starting to put in some different restrictions for Chinese citizens. But here's the thing. This is all old news. That's new news at the same time. None of this stuff is new. China has been doing this since 2013. That's when the first China banning Bitcoin thing came out. They did it again in 2017, and 2018, and 2019, and 2020. Again in 2021. China, man. China. And you know what? At no point since 2013 has China managed to somehow stop Bitcoin or stop cryptocurrencies. They can't even stop people from getting cash into the market because you know what happens? OTC desks. So these are over-the-counter desks that are popping up all over the place, and they've actually been in place for years because China has been cracking down on crypto for years. So you can literally just go to a back alley dealer basically and buy some Bitcoin. The black market finds a way. People find a way. There's always a way to get money into the market. So in spite of all of China's attempts, this very strong authoritarian country with all these surveillance things and the social credit system and all that stuff, they have not been able to stop people from buying and trading cryptocurrencies. None of their bans or crackdowns or restrictions have actually stopped anything. It's maybe slowed some things down or made some people move from point A to point B or made it a little more difficult for people to get money into the market, but they haven't been able to stop it. So the next time you hear somebody telling you that a country's banning Bitcoin, don't believe them, because that's not what's happening. No country can ban Bitcoin, and every attempt to restrict or ban it has failed miserably, as China's raging black market has proven. Anyway, those are just my 2 Satoshis. Your question for today: have you made money with dog meme coins? Or have you lost money with dog meme coins? Very curious to know your story down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.